What is good, you guys? Welcome back to Hoops Hub and welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome to this channel. In this channel, I'm going to be giving all my NBA content, NBA talk videos, NBA quiz videos, even college basketball videos. So if you guys are into that sort of stuff, because I know a lot of you guys are, please hit that subscribe button as soon as possible so you guys will not miss a single video of mine. I do have a main channel, but that is mostly Heat content. So if you guys are Heat fans, if you want to check out my Heat content, the Heat Report is my main channel, but this channel is my secondary channel for NBA content because I do want to branch out and start an NBA channel exclusively. I was posting NBA videos and college basketball videos on my main channel, but I just realized it was probably a better idea to just divide it into two channels, so the audience who's interested in NBA content and college basketball content, NBA quizzes, all that lighthearted stuff can be on this channel, and then my diehard Heat fans can be on the Heat Report. So yeah, in today's video, we're going to be talking about why Nikola Jokic is my MVP for this year. Without further ado, we'll get right into it. Make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yeah, let's get right into it. So before I start off though, I do want to say, Joel Embiid fans, Giannis Antetokounmpo fans, if you guys are going to get offended by this, just click off the video, because I'm not here to, you know, downplay anything that Giannis and Joel are doing. This is just me telling you guys why Nikola Jokic is my MVP over both of them. I think it's between those three. I think we can all agree that. I think that Devin Booker, you know, that has been circulating around by Stephen A. Smith, Draymond Green, have been two guys who have been saying Devin Booker as their MVPs. With all due respect to Book, I'm a huge fan of Book. He's probably my favorite player in the NBA out of anyone that is not on the Miami Heat, because I'm a Heat fan. It's Devin Booker's not in this conversation. He is not. You know, he is not in the conversation. It is a three-man race, and as long as you have one of those three for your MVP award, I have no problem with your take. But here is why Nikola Jokic is my MVP. Now, the counting stats speak for themselves. You know, this guy is averaging currently this season. He's averaging 27, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists. Shooting 58% from the field and 34% from three, 81% from the free throw line. The counting stats are there. You know, the counting stats are there, but with Nikola Jokic, it's more than just the counting stats. Advanced stats, we all know he dominates advanced stats. I'm not an advanced stats guy. I'm not, you know, a guy who wakes up every day, goes to Basketball Reference, and looks at the top of the advanced stats leaderboard, but we all know that Nikola Jokic, you know, affects the game in so many different ways that is so unique for someone that is his size. And, you know, the counting stats and the advanced stats, you cannot argue with. Now, the thing that makes this very, very, you know, interesting is the narrative. Nikola Jokic came into the season missing his second and third best player, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., MPJ only played about 9 or 10 games. Jamal Murray was out for the whole season, is still out, so is MPJ. And this is something that was, you know, an unforeseen circumstance. He did not come into the season expecting that Michael Porter Jr. was going to pick up an injury 9 or 10 games in. He knew Jamal Murray was going to be injured, but not Michael Porter Jr. And I see a lot of people, you know, the argument against Jokic is, well, how can you be an MVP if your team is a 6 seed? Here is what I'm going to do, because I'm going to completely try to debunk this whole seeding argument that a lot of people want to use against Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic's team, the Denver Nuggets, is currently 47-33. For reference, the Bucks are 49-30. The Sixers are also 49-30. So, Nikola Jokic's team is only a couple of wins, they're only a couple of games away. They're literally only a couple of games away. 2 or 3 games is not really much, in my opinion, as far as MVP is concerned. The reason that Nikola Jokic's team is the 6th seed is because the West is a lot more top-heavy as far as records are concerned. You know, the 1 seed in the East, the Heat, have 52 wins, and in the Western Conference, they would be the 3 seed because the Grizzlies and the Suns both have more wins than them. So that just shows you how good the Grizzlies and the Suns have been this season. That, you know, it's very hard to be a top 4 seed in the West because you have those 2 teams there. So the record stuff I don't really care about because, you know, they're only 2 or 3 games apart. So if you want to use seeding as an argument, I don't really know why you do, but there it is for you. But just going back to the point that he has been without his 2 best players this whole season, is astounding to me how they're still the 6th seed. They're not in the play-in tournament. It's him, Aaron Gordon, and Will Barton. That's their big three. For Joel Embiid, and not to take anything away from him, he's having an incredible season, probably going to win the scoring title with LeBron James not being eligible to win it this year. I know Ben Simmons was missing, but you still had Tyrese Maxey. You had Tobias Harris. You still had competent, guys who are all-star caliber. Tobias Harris is an all-star caliber player when he's playing like it. Tyrese Maxey this season has taken a leap. And the Nuggets don't have that. They have good complementary role players. But do we have to start having the dialogue of whether they were that good of role players before they started playing with Nikola Jokic? Because I've never seen Will Barton do this. Average 19 points per game, 20 points per game. I know last season he was solid as well, but he's their current all-time leading three-point shooter. Apparently, according to the records, he has led the Nuggets in three-point shooting all-time. Aaron Gordon has taken it up a notch. Like, a lot of these guys are playing really, really well, and all the credit goes to them. But do we have to really ask ourselves that question of, are these guys really playing that well because it's in them, or is it because Nikola Jokic is setting them up with the easiest of looks? Because what Nikola Jokic does, the amount of attention he draws is insane. It's ridiculous. This guy gets doubled and triple teamed. He brings the ball up the floor. He sets screens. He finds the open man in every single situation, which is why it's impossible to double team him. But teams still do, because you can't stop him in the paint, so he's a matchup nightmare. Whenever he's double teamed, it's almost like he always picks out the open guy. He rarely makes a bad decision. Like, it's crazy to me. Giannis Antetokounmpo having a great season, probably in the Defensive Player of the Year convo. Actually, definitely in the Defensive Player of the Year convo. He's having a really good season. The Bucks are 49-30, as I said, and he's a big part of it. But I haven't seen Giannis do what Jokic has done with limited talent. Take out Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. Are the Bucks still 49-30? I don't think so. I think they're a lot worse, because there was a stretch of games this season where the Bucks were missing some of their guys, and they were not struggling per se, but they weren't really clicking. And Nikola Jokic somehow has found a way to make sure all his guys get the touches that they need to, that he gets his touches when he needs to, playing with inferior players than Joel Embiid and Giannis Antetokounmpo combined. Not combined, sorry, each of them. So the narrative is there, the stats are there. Now let's go to what they do on the court, because I've seen a lot of people say, man, Joel Embiid and Giannis are two-way players. Stop sleeping on Jokic's defense. Jokic is not a defensive liability anymore. This is not 2019. He's actually a very good underrated post defender. And he has shown flashes that he can keep up with some guards on the perimeter. He is not a liability, bro. Nikola Jokic is not a defensive liability. He held AD scoreless for the last 6 minutes of the game against the Lakers. He has shown the ability to improve on the defensive end. And the advanced stats back that up. The eye test backs it up. If you're just stuck in the past, because in the past, yeah, he was a guy that you would go at defensively, which is why a lot of people were taking Embiid over him. But now that he's cleaned that up, it's almost like, what can he not do? He can play make, he can rebound, he can score, he can do everything, he can impact winning. Like, it's crazy to me what he can do. So with all this said, the advanced stats, the counting stats, the narrative, the fact that he's been playing without his two best players for the whole season basically, and he's still in the playoffs with a good record, putting his team in positions to win almost every single game, beating really good teams. I know they lost to the Spurs last night, but it happens. Nikola Jokic is my MVP. Now, if Embiid wins it, if Giannis wins it, I'm not gonna be mad, because they deserve it a lot too. I saw a quote from Embiid saying, "What more do I have to do?" And it's not really anything that Embiid has to do better. I kind of feel bad for him. It's just, in my opinion, Jokic is having a better season. Embiid is still playing really, really well, but it just happens to be that in this season there's a guy who I think, and a lot of the media thinks, is playing better. So yeah, this is not to discredit Embiid or Giannis. This is just to promote Jokic's case for MVP. So yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it at. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below, and let me know who your MVP is in the comment section, because I really do want to hear your thoughts on who the NBA MVP is. Also, if you guys have any video suggestions, any video ideas, also put that down in the comment section so I can, you know, look at them and I can analyze them. And yeah, I will see you guys later as always. Peace.